Are you a lounge-stronaut?
Since the very today we're at Epcot and it's raining, so it sounds like the perfect time to get above the clouds.
Yes, we're going to Space 220 Lounge.
Yes, the lounge is updated its menu and that's your #1 choice of food and infotainment. Of course, we're here to try it so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Space, the only place where it doesn't rain.
It's time to foodie and chill.
Here we have one of the brand new lounge bite items, their lobster bao. Lobster with a lime mayo. You got a little like tteokbokki, like fish eggs on top. And they give you a nice little lemon to get some of that ishiness out with as it squirts all over my hand and not over the bao. And it's like a cooked bao. I've got a cooked bao somewhere before where I complained vigorously about. Case my memory, but like, why do you need to fry the bao? That's weird. Either way, this is like the space lobster roll, basically. Limey, tangy. Honestly, I was worried about the amount of mayo in here. I don't usually like that much mayo in my lobster rolls. I tend to like rebuke at the thought of consuming that much mayo. But this actually works out really well. Got nice and filled. You get tons of lobster in there. Like a space lobby. I imagine they're like 8 times the size and they speak German with pinchies. They probably have mustaches. I don't know. What do you think a space lobster looks like? I have no clue. But I'm sure they are distinguished lobbies. Gentlemen, if you will. I think is what I'm getting at. And these gentlemen, they taste good. I give these 4.25 out of 5 claws.
This is the space cheese that I dream about. There used to be a salad that you could modify that was on the menu to be vegan. Unfortunately, that one has been removed, but the beautiful beet salad lives on, and my favorite vegan cheese also. Obviously, you can order this at the lounge. You can also order it for lunch or dinner in the full restaurant. Either way, you're gonna have a delicious time. When they first added this to the menu, I made Bear come to Space 220 2 times in like 2 weeks because I needed more of this cheese. I am said that the amount of cheese that you get has been reduced, but it is still so flavorful. And the caramelization that they have on it is just like next level delicious. It is the reason why I love this cheese so much. If you're gonna do anything, get the vegan cheese beet salad, because even me, somebody that doesn't love beets, will just inhale this salad. I give it 4.5 out of 5 beets. It beats the beet. It just gets minus points for being smaller.
One of our favorite salads on property, definitely one of mine that I wish we could get more often. And yes, I do mean with the vegan cheese, and I love beet salads. Before we started this YouTube channel, I had never had a beet in my life. But you know what? Now, anytime that I can get them or steal them off the princess's plate, because her dishes seem to have them far more than mine, I take that opportunity gladly. Purple beets, yellow beets, orange beets, Doug Funny beets, rat beets, rock beets. I eat them all. Something about the earthiness of the beet, the sour, that's heavenly. Celestial, if you will. I feel like a comet shot through my taste buds, and I'm just lacking up the trails. Absolutely wonderful. It's a 5 out of 5 claws. Even with the size, I love this dish. And we're probably still going to order it every single time we come here. So I can't hate on it too much. You know, you say this is pork belly, one of the new items on the menu of the lounge bites, but I can't remember the last time I saw a pig in space or anything that would give me pork belly this large. I was expecting pork belly to be like half of this size. We've definitely ordered full entree versions of pork belly where it was a third of this size. So this is a massive helping. or pork belly. Looks like it has a nice little char on there. Cuts very easily. I probably could have used the fork, but I am excited. Even if it may be the belly of some random space alien. Ooh, knife in the lap. Ooh. I'm not really sure which thrusters they stuck those into, but the char on the top, immaculate. It's nice and smoky, but still extremely tender inside, just like melts away. You get a nice little crunch when you bite into it, and then the meat just like dissolves, which is what I expect from top tier pork belly, unless you're the fabled candied pork belly from Halloween Horror Nights 31? 32? I don't know, I'm still bitter about it. Because I cut the roof of my mouth with that candied pork belly they had. Either way, this is delicious. Lounge bites, I think, for me, are usually more enjoyable than the pre-fixe meal you get like lunch or dinner. That's a lot of food, and I don't often want everything they have. The lounge bites is usually enough for me. And then drinks. So I guess I enjoy the lounge more than I enjoy the pre-fixe. Preference thing, really. Give this 4.25 out of 5 paws.
The vegetarian dish here is the blue moon cauliflower. The batter itself actually does contain milk, so unfortunately it cannot be made vegan. So as a vegan dining at the bar, your only option really, if you just eat lounge food, is the salad. So you want to go dinner, which is what I did, or lunch pre-fixe is just the appetizer and the entree. Dinner is all three. Either way, it's whatever. You can make this one also 3-course. So in the pad thai is one of the more popular dishes available at Space 220, but because I've had the pad thai a few times and it's a little bland, I decided to go with a tofu steak. Now this tofu steak is miso-glazed, and instead of having like the sides that come with, it's basically like the miso-glazed salmon, but they made it tofu, and then instead of the fixins, they put other sides that you could choose. You can choose like the leeks from the salmon if you wanted to do that. I went in and did Brussels sprouts and potatoes. So I feel like I have a nice little complete option here. I'm gonna start with the tofu. It does come cut differently every single time that we come here. And you know what? I'm not mad at that because it's very inspiring. The first time we had it, the way it was cut inspired basically every single version of tofu that we make at home since. So I'm appreciative of it. That is a delicious and crispy tofu. It has like a miso aftertaste. It's very faint, but I love it. It could stand to be a little bit more charred, but it's delicious. And I'm gonna eat it all. I was expecting to just have like small amount of food, and now I'm getting a lot of food, so I love that. I will give this a 4.75 out of 5 tofus. It is delicious.
It's funny how much the princess brings up this tofu steak, but getting tofu cooked well at Disney World, it's like a grand adventure, a hobbit's journey, if you will. So I can appreciate why she craves it, because they always do an amazing job here. It's got a beautiful sear on it. You got the miso glaze on there. Well cooked. I can do with a harder sear on the tofu, but the edges are crispy, which I appreciate, and it's well seasoned. I would give that a 4 out of 5 claws.
So I had some choices as far as veggies go. I could have done broccolini, but I went with Brussels sprouts because I always want an opportunity to enjoy a Brussels sprout, especially when we're at Epcot, and see how it compares to Le Cellier. Oh my God. If you told me that I could only have Brussels sprouts in Space 220 and never go to Le Cellier again, I would probably dance. These are so delicious. I feel like I'm missing nothing, and I'm loving everything. I would give those Brussels sprouts a 5 out of 5. They are a Princessities item. Order them. They are a side. They usually come with Parmesan on top, but if you get it without the Parmesan, it's vegan, so enjoy that.
Good old Brussels sprouts, the little green bush that could. All nice and roasty. I'm still jealous of the roast on these. Sweet, smoky, charred. I couldn't ask for anything else. That's almost a perfect Brussels sprout. 4.75 out of 5 claws.
Lastly on my plate, I have a fingerling potato. It did bring pocket parm that I will definitely be putting on here. Server did also offer salt and pepper. I just wanted to try it by itself as a potato. The last time that I got this, I loved it. And it's still delicious. In my opinion, this is a complete meal, and the fingerling potatoes just add to it. They are a 4.75 out of 5. I love them. Overall, I give this dish a 5 out of 5. It is a Princess Tea's item. If you don't want a pad thai, ask nicely for a tofu steak.
A nice potato boiled, not mashed, and not in a stew. Lightly salted, a little bit of olive oil. Such a class, I would say. Give that 3.5 out of 5 claws. Back to the lounge bites, we have the curry wurst. It is a curry wurst sausage with sauce and seasonings, and then you get a side of the fries. Just go ahead and dig one right in the middle. It's nice, beautiful roasted sausage. You see the char on there. We like a good char on basically anything. Woo! They really ratchet up the curry seasoning and like the curry wurst ketchup they put on top. So it's like curry seasoning and then ketchup on top of curry wurst already. But it's got a really strong curry flavor. I was expecting it to be muted, like it'd been left out in the cold of space, but it is very strong curry flavor. More curry flavor, I think, than sometimes we get at places like Sanaa, which has like a Indian, African-inspired menu. I was expecting this to be the worst thing I tried today, but it's actually quite tasty, and I will definitely end up ordering this again at some point. 4.5 out of 5 claws. Now it comes with fries, and like all fries, they must pass the fry test. I suppose that's a pass. Or to those of you in the world who have never had the displeasure of tasting what microwaved French fries taste like cooked, gotten cold, and then reheated in the microwave. And for those of you that have never experienced that, you're lucky, and I'm happy for you. For those of you that have, there's the first fries at Disney World I've ever tasted that feel like they were microwaved. Awful. I couldn't even believe I used to be a potato.
Curry seasoning.
What curry seasoning? They said they're supposed to be curry seasoned, but I don't taste any curry. All I taste is not great fry. That is a 1 out of 5 claws. Just skip the fries.
What if you dip it in your curry sauce?
I can dip this in the sauce. But as I've said many a time before, covering bad food with good sauce is not good food make. It's just bad food with happens to have good seasoning on top of it. Yeah, no more of that. The one maintains. Don't eat the fries. So, most of the lounge bites are fairly tapas style. This brand new Reuben is the first of the lounge bites that I've seen that looks like a full meal. This is a massive, looks like a pressed Reuben sandwich. You have the sauerkraut, the Russian sauce, and the Swiss cheese, all pressed into what looks like a flying saucer, but it's like leaking out the sides. So you have, I don't know if it's a flying saucer or a planet. It's got a mouth. It could be a creature all the Guardians of the Galaxy ride for all I know. But, again, we do this so you don't have to. I would just give it a big bear kiss, I guess. It is, in fact, a Reuben. The rye bread is nicely represented in the sandwich. That's why you see the different colorations in the bread, is because it's the rye bread that you expect on a Reuben. The meat is delicious, deli, warm. The cheese is nice and melted. There's plenty of sauce, so much that it's oozing out the sides. If you like Reubens, you will like this. And we all like a little camp in our food. We're never too old enough to play with our food. Just don't eat the fries. I would give it 3.75 out of 5 claws.
We've had so many reviews at Space 220. We have reviewed the entire drink menu, and though the menu has changed, the drinks have not. So I'm not ordering any specialty drinks today. I'm just going to enjoy my favorite brand of wine, Santa Margherita Pinot Grigio. I do love this wine. It's so crisp and refreshing. I love drinking it at Epcot. I wish that they had the blue space wine that you can get at Oga's, but this is a Petite restaurant. This is a third-party restaurant. This is not a Disney restaurant, so obviously they can't have the Disney proprietary wines. I will give it a 3 out of 5 wines. It makes me feel fine.
Like the princess said, we have had basically every drink that's on this menu several times at this point. The anniversary of this restaurant just passed on like September 20th. I was hoping, because usually what happens is like when it hits yearly, you get a couple drink updates or changes. None this year, but the drinks here are still pretty fantastic. So I just went with my favorite. Or I go back and forth between this and the Black Hole Old Fashioned, but the Gamma Burst is probably the one they order the most. The glass changes, but the boba balls at the bottom never do. It's like drinking an unexplored nebula filled with vodka. Strawberry vodka. One of my weaknesses. One of the like 50. I would give it 4 out of 5 claws. Since we're hanging out in space for as long as we possibly can, I finished my first drink and decided for another one, and I'm going in for my other favorite drink, the Black Hole Fashioned. A pit of darkness that pulls in all light and all of your Florida worries. Like drinking the darkness of space, but a little bit more bitter. A little bit of allspice in there. Tingles a little bit. Still good. I would give that a sparkling, dazzling 4.25 out of 5 claws. We are back from space on that creaky elevator.
That space adventure was amazing. I really wish that I had room for dessert. I was talking about the carrot cake like half the time that we were here at the restaurant, but I just ran out of space in my space.
Yeah, I see what you did there. But I love the new menu. My only downside is that obviously the princess option has not changed. And if you're coming here as a vegan for the lounge, you literally have like one option and then like sides and dessert.
Can I also say, like, what was up with that Reuben? Like,
it was a spaceship or a planet.
It was weird. It was weird looking.
It was a press sandwich. It reminds me of not a panini. What's the other one that's like an encased sandwich? It's like a warm Uncrustable, basically.
Okay.
But it was interesting. It tasted good. I didn't hate it. I took it for leftovers. I'm having dinner tonight. But I'd like to see them add more options for alt diets on the lounge menu. Because not everybody wants to come here and pay $55 for veggies and tofu.
I agree. And then also, of course, there's the pad thai. And then for the dessert, it's still delicious carrot cake and probably one of 2 places in all of Walt Disney World where I will actually consume carrot cake.
Yes.
So though I wasn't able to have it, I highly recommend that you try it and watch one of our other 6 other reviews. It's our 7th review here where we actually did try it.
But I don't know what you guys think. As always, let us know what you think in the comments below. If there's anything else you can see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, will Bear ever let me go back to space again? Likely not.
If by space she means those two trash cans, of course I will. But you heard the girl.